Hey everybody, Shane Presley here with Rock Paper Podcast to tell you about my friends over at Music Record Shop. Check them out, 4191A, Manchester Avenue in the heart of the Grove, right between the demo and the ready room. Check them out this Friday. They got new records coming in from Adele, the Rolling Stones, All Them Witches, Skillet, Roger Waters Band, The Roots, Pentatonics, Everclear, Sum 41, Kurt Cobain, all kinds of different stuff coming in. So go down there, pick up a new record, check out their growing local selection they have there. So also they're always looking to add to it. So if you got a band and you're looking to get your stuff on the shelves at the record store, go down, talk to those guys, and they'll work out a deal. They got live in-store performances a lot on Saturdays and Sundays. The next one is Saturday the 21st it's a turntable takeover with Everything Went Black, presented by Fort Hands Brewery. So come down, get yourself some beer, listen to some tunes. It'll be a great day. Also mark the calendar for November 28th. Rock Paper Podcast presents Connor Lau with Brian Owen and Hands and Feet, live in-store performance 2 to 4, November 28th. Find them online, musicrecordshop.com, Facebook, Twitter.
Hello, this is Claudette Higgins, and you are listening to the Rock Paper Podcast on the internets.
Yeah, this is Rock Paper Podcast with Shane and his guests. You will listen to what he says. Shane will drive to your house and bring you brownies and talk for hours, 'cause it's Rock Paper Podcast. Tell me why it's nothing but a podcast. Tell me why we're making this for your ass. Tell me why all you gotta do is download Rock Paper Podcast. Rock Paper Podcast.
Hey, what's up everybody? Shane Presley here, Rock Paper Podcast. Hanging out in Denny's with Libbie Higgins. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
This is exciting.
Welcome to Denny's.
Yeah, thank you. It's a very classy place. Fine establishment. We're gonna get some moons over my hammy later, or something. Or
That's actually what I was going to get.
oh yeah, I'm a psychic, I think. Little ESPN or something. Hey, so I'm excited to get to actually sit and talk with you. We met. The first time we met in person, I think, was at the Heavy Anchor.
Yep.
Outside of I think it was the Loser show, right?
Yep.
And we got to talking. But I've been following you for quite a while. With I guess our first introduction was on Vine.
The Vine program.
Yeah.
Well, that's what you said. You said, aren't you from Vine? And
Yeah.
then that kind of freaked me out because I think only you and another person had noticed me from Vine.
Yeah.
So that kind of freaked me out.
Oops. Sorry to scare you. But I haven't been on. I haven't been on Vine in like forever. But I used to watch a lot of your videos on there and Josh Arnold's videos, and that was pretty much it. Like there was a couple of but it just seemed like a lot of it was the same. People would like take other stuff and like just recycle it on there, and
the popular Viners just get First of all, they all collab, and then they just recycle the same shit over and over. Can I cuss?
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Oh, that's a...
It just recycled all, and I think it's because there's so many teenagers on the app, and they're catering to the teenagers.
Right. Yeah, it felt like so many of the popular ones were always like stuff like that I saw on like Tosh.0 or something, and somebody would like cut it up and into a 6-second thing, but
right.
I used to love what you and Josh were doing on there, and Josh is definitely one of my favorite comics in town to watch. He's hysterical. He
is great.
But yeah, like it was cool to meet you in person that night, to finally put a face to the name and all that, and then, but yeah, like you've been doing a lot with all this though. Like you've been getting in more into stand up right now, right?
Yep.
Doing a little doing some open mics and things.
Not as much as I would like to be doing it, because my anxiety is out of control most of the times.
Yeah.
And that really keeps me from doing it as much as I want to be doing it.
Right. I don't know. People always ask me all the time, like, because I hang out down there, the Funny Bone and stuff. They're always like, think I want to be a comic and stuff, and I'm like, I don't have any desire to get on the stage. I'm just a big fan. But I guess that's kind of the whole thing. Like, people say, those that are hanging around, like, usually are trying to get involved, but.
I did do that for a while. I hung out at a lot of mics and stuff just to see how it goes down. There was so much build up before I actually even did it. It was just like 3 years of I'm gonna do it, and then oh man, even thinking about it right now, I'm getting anxious.
What where did all that come from though? What makes you are those based on your characters that you do and things? Are those based on real people at all, or anything like that? Or where do you? What's the inspiration to?
For my characters?
Being a performer and things, the characters and the comedy and things. And...
I've always wanted to do that kind of stuff. Even when I was a kid, I would do little charades or whatever for my family. But I started doing stuff publicly on a site called Justin TV. I don't know if you remember that.
I don't think so.
They sold out to that video game site. I can't think what they're called right now. But anyway, I did live broadcasting, and then I started to do characters just because I didn't want people to recognize me because I work at a school, so I thought I better put some disguises on.
Yeah.
So that's sort of how Claudette started. So it was a wig, but she is a lot like my grandma was, like super Christian, pretends she's Christian, but she's not really all that Christian.
Right.
Like she pretends she loves Jesus, just old and southern, and
she's pretty filthy.
She's very filthy.
Yeah.
But she loves the Lord.
Yeah. She was all I remember a lot of those videos that you did with her, and they just always cracked me up. There's some of the crazy things. Well, you just did one for Halloween. I saw. I saw that on the Facebook.
I do.
It was something about Mounds candy bar or something.
Well,
like that.
that's Carla.
Oh, Carla.
Carla
okay.
is.
Sorry. Claudette.
Claudette's the older lady.
Yeah.
Carla is.
Sorry.
I don't know how to explain her.
I got mine backwards. Yeah.
She doesn't ever wear a bra for some reason, and she has that mullet.
Yeah.
But Carla was good for me to do on Vine because she does like quick one-liners, so that 6 seconds is perfect for Carla.
Yeah.
She's harder to do in a longer segment.
Yeah. Claudette is neck brace, right?
Neck brace, yes.
So that's now your official Twitter handle too, right?
Is the neck brace?
Yeah, the neck brace.
And that started in 2009. That's how long I've been on Twitter, because Donnie Wahlberg of New Kids on the Block had a contest for a video, doing a video thing. So I did it as Claudette, and then people started calling me the neck brace girl. Like, we want the neck brace girl to win. So I was like, that's going to be my name, the neck brace.
Yeah.
So I've had it all this time.
What's the backstory with the neck brace? Is there does she have an injury or something?
Yes, she was in the local Walmart and was riding on a motorized scooter, and she clipped the side of a Suave end cap, and they just fell, like all the shampoo and conditioners fell on her, injuring her neck. So she keeps the neck brace on because she has a pending lawsuit with Walmart, and she's also on Social Security benefits for her injury. So basically, she can never take the neck brace off.
All right. Yeah. That's great. Why Suave? What?
Because it's the White Trash Network, and it's...
Couldn't be White Rain or something? Or
White Rain is a little too low. Suave. It's like White Rain, Pantene, and then Suave is kind of in the middle.
Yeah.
So...
That's, yeah. You need anything? You good?
I'm good.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
I always laugh because there's that Jason Aldean song. He says like spraying on the White Rain or something like that. Like it's a line, and it makes me laugh. Like,
Your country? You listen to country?
Oh, I listen to everything, but yeah, I just there was a while there you couldn't get away from Jason Aldean songs.
I don't even know who that is, honestly.
Yeah. He's one of the biggest country singers right now.
Oh.
So
I'm missing out, I guess.
Yeah, it's a pretty big deal, apparently. I listen to a lot of music, all sorts of stuff. Just so yeah,
You're always at something, some event,
Yeah.
some musical or comedy event.
Well, Facebook would probably lead you to believe I'm at a lot more. I RSVP to a ton of stuff just to keep track of things and to help promote. 'Cause if I RSVP and then it pops up in somebody else's feed saying that this event's going on, so I do that to help promote all my friends' shows and stuff like that. But no, I do go to a lot of stuff though too. But I just the way it works though, they kick up all those RSVP things all the time on people's feeds and stuff.
Right.
But
the best part about this whole thing is that I keep nodding yes to you, and the microphone can't
right,
pick that up.
Yeah. It happens a lot. People always like, yeah, hey, his face was like this, or, whatever, something, it's like...
Face was like, what?
Yeah. And then he did this, it's like, nobody can see any of that, so... but no, it's fun. I like to try I've been putting up the shows on YouTube, just...
the YouTube?
Yeah. And just like stills, I make like a little slideshow video to go with the audio, and I try to do at least some sort of visuals, so there's like something to go with the audio, and so it's not. But for the most part, yeah, it's just the audio.
So we should have the waitress over here snapping pictures of us in action.
Yeah, yeah, look like animatronic. We put that's one time I saw. Aziz Ansari at the pageant, and they made some statement, hey, no pictures and video and things, and as soon as he comes out, this flash is going off like crazy,
right?
And Aziz is like starts like laughing, making fun of him. He's like, why are you guys taking he's like, they're all going to look like the same, just because he's standing holding a microphone, and it's like so he's like, all right, go ahead and get them all out of the way, and he just starts, put random poses and stuff, and like
that's brilliant.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I don't know. I would like to take one or something, but there was all kinds of pictures going off or something like that.
And unless you have a professional camera, it's going to be shitty anyway.
Sure. Yeah.
Why even bother? I don't even take pictures at like concerts and stuff anymore because
right.
Why bother?
Yeah. Well, you mentioned Donnie Wahlberg. You wanna?
My boo.
Yeah, your boo.
My boo thing.
You got to. I guess so. How that all? So it started with the video.
I'll start in the beginning.
All
yes.
right. Let's go back to the beginning.
Let's go back to the way, way, way back machine. When I was a teenager in the late '80s, I loved New Kids on the Block. even though all my friends made me ashamed of that. And I would have done anything to be in the same airspace as them, just to breathe the same air. So, cut forward 20 years, they had the reunion, and I'm like, this is super awesome. And you had access to them on things like Twitter, and you could actually communicate with them, which was mind-blowing. So Donnie had the contest to make a video to one of their songs, and I ended up winning that. So I got to go, my prize was to go to Donnie Wahlberg's house in Los Angeles. Every time I talk about this, I feel like it's not real, but it really happened. I have pictures and stuff.
All right.
So, he's always appreciated the videos and stuff that I would make about New Kids or about him, and he would retweet them and stuff. Then I discovered that I love John Knight, and I would tweet stuff to him, and he would retweet it. Like, we kind of, the three of us have the same sense of humor.
Yeah.
So, between John and Donnie, like, they know who I am. When they see me, they know now. Before, they didn't know if I didn't have the neck brace on, but now they know. So, it's just been crazy that we have access to them now.
Right.
Because of Twitter and Facebook and stuff like that.
I just, not to interrupt your story, but going along with that, just the other day I was listening to 90s on 9, and Mark McGrath now hosts a show on there called Mark McGrath's 120, and just, and he said something, hey, tweet at me and let me know what you think of the show, and, if you got any criticisms or whatever, So I tweeted, I said, hey, Mark, love the show and stuff, and he actually wrote back. He goes, hey, thanks, Brother Shane, or something like that, and awesome. I love doing the show or something. And so, obviously, it's a very simple interaction. It's nothing really, but for me, it was really cool. Like to
it really is
to have that power to it could be even somebody else running his Twitter account. I don't know, but it's just like it is exciting to have that interaction, have somebody write back as Mark McGrath and saying. Hopefully it was him, but
because usually they're so they're not available to the public because they're celebrities.
Yeah.
So to have that, I totally get what you're saying.
Sure, yeah. I mean, it's pretty neat to. I mean, I've tweeted at a lot of the guys, just comedians I like and stuff like that. Like after I listen to a lot of them on the podcast and things, and it's fun to have some sort of thing, just that little bit of interaction with them. And even though it's just Twitter, but it's still exciting.
But it's more than that. Like, you can tweet them before a show, hey, I'm going to come see you tonight. And then when you maybe get to talk to them afterwards, they can remember your picture or remember your handle.
Yeah.
So you have that. It's a little bit more intimate,
right.
I think.
Sure. Yeah. So you're fly out to L.A. to hang with Donnie?
Donnie, and there were 5 of us all together. Another girl. See what happened. What had happened was there were 2 of us that won this contest. She was a professional ballroom dancer, and I was winning up until like the last couple hours, and then she got a bunch of people to help her out, so she won. But it turns out that the next couple days, Donnie wanted me to win too, so he made up his own category called Donnie's Choice, and I was Donnie's Choice.
Nice.
So we both won that. And then he had another contest. It was called like Weekend with Donnie or something. No, it was some other thing, but 3 other girls won, so there was 5 of us there. And one of our prizes was we got to make a video with him, and that's on YouTube. It's called Tony's Dream, and it's ridiculous and absurd. But my only scene in the whole video is me in the bed with Donnie Wahlberg. Hello, best shit ever.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
It's pretty crazy that I have a history with Donnie Wahlberg.
Yeah, that's like you're saying, to be. I sort of relate. For me, it's. So I've been able. Steve Ewing of The Urge, a big fan of The Urge. I grew up listening to those guys and things, and started becoming friendly with him, going to his shows, going to his solo shows and stuff, and then, obviously seeing me out enough, like we started, and then he opened up the hot dogs shop, Steve's Hot Dogs, and I'd go down there, and so it all started, like, coming together.
Wait, he has a hot dog place called Steve's Hot Dogs?
You haven't been to Steve's Hot Dogs yet?
That's amazing.
You have to go to Steve's Hot Dogs.
Where is it?
There's the newest locations. He's got 2 in St. Louis. One in Tower Grove off Magnolia, and one on the hill on Marconi. So
Hashtag Steve's Hot Dogs.
yeah, it's some of the best dogs ever. Like, they're all fully loaded. Like, one of the most popular one is called the Gorilla Mac and Cheese. It's got homemade mac and cheese, bacon, and onion petals on it. And they're all like quarter-pound Nathan's Franks.
Oh my god!
On homemade Italian buns and stuff. And
now I'm getting hungry.
yeah, they're awesome. Anyway, but they do like weekly specials. They're always changing up. There's always something along with the menu, but they always have something new. They had one a couple weeks ago. They paired up with Dogtown Pizza, and they used their buffalo chicken and stuff. There's a hot dog with buffalo chicken and cheese. Maybe that was it. I don't know. It was
other
awesome.
delicious items.
It was
on there.
awesome though. It was like one of my favorites they've done. But anyway, so I getting to hang with Steve. We become friendly, and then like I've had him on the show, and then like over the summer we threw a party together for the 1-year anniversary of the show.
That's awesome.
And he played my party and all this stuff. Let me host it had a hot dog buffet at the shop and all this stuff. And so anyway, just to have that go from fan to friend,
right?
And then like is pretty awesome. Like it's sometimes like you were saying that sometimes you don't think it's still real, but it's like that's how I feel. I have to pinch myself every now and then. Like that's like I was telling my buddy Will, we were talking about that summer, the planning that party for the summer, and it's like, yeah, Steve Ewing texted me about booking his band. And he's like, so he's like, Steve Ewing just texted you? And I'm like, yeah, that happened. It's like, it's crazy.
I totally get it. Because I fangirl. I mean, I don't fangirl around Donnie anymore. I have to keep it together just because I don't want to look ridiculous. But honestly, as a kid, like I said before, I would have done anything to be in the same airspace and to watch them do things, and now to have them watch me do something and appreciate it, it fucking blows my mind. Right,
it's pretty wild. I'm definitely getting there too with a lot of other like rock bands and stuff I've been getting to hang with. It's just like it's crazy life that I've somehow got myself into, and
it's awesome.
It's a lot of fun. Yeah, for sure. So you so all right, so we're hanging out in Donnie's bed. And then
as Aunt Claudette.
Yeah, as Aunt Claudette. And then so how did you go? So that was then, and then then you came back home, and then you go to the concert in St. Louis or something.
I've been to all their shows they've had here in St. Louis since the reunion. I've also been to other cities. Some of the girls go to like every city,
right?
And I don't have that kind of budget.
Sure. I got a buddy that tours around with like Dave Matthews Band like that, and I'm like, I don't know. I like him, I like him enough, but I'm not gonna travel around going to multiple shows. Like it's one, budget, but it's like, it's like, man,
you've seen it.
Yeah, it's for me. It would like I can't justify going to the same show over and over when there's so many other good shows going on. It's like. So, it's like...
Well, with the new kids, it's not always just about them, too. It's about all these people that I have met along the way, So it's like a community of... They're called blockheads. I know that's cheesy, but like a really great community of people. Mostly women, some men.
Yeah.
But you want to go see them. It's like a family reunion. I went to Grand Rapids this summer in Kentucky to see them. Those are easy drives.
Yeah. Yeah, I run into a lot of the same people at all the, I follow Devin Allman a lot when he plays in town. Like, I'll go see him, and I always run into the same people at all the shows. And so it's cool. Actually, some of my best friends now are people I've met going to shows around town and stuff. It's just like it's cool to
Samesies.
Yeah, it's fun to develop that friendship like that.
And because we have the internet now, we can keep in touch.
Right.
Like before, you would be writing letters, and that's like a week in between each thing. Like, who wants to do that?
Sure.
You're probably not old enough for handwriting letters, so are you?
I mean, I'm 30.
Do you know what a stamp is?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
How about an envelope?
We used to have pen pals things and stuff, and I remember those days in school and things like that. But that was about the only time I wrote a letter to anybody. Like.
We would write, I had a pen pal in England, and we would write letters, and it would be like 3 weeks in between each letter. And now you can literally get on the phone and FaceTime them.
Yeah.
Craziness.
Yeah. The one that blows my mind is the iPod. Like, the fact that, like, I have 23,000 songs or something on my iPod. And, like, you think about, like, how many... in the 70s, how many vinyl records that would have been, and how the space that would have took up.
Right.
And now I can fit that in my shirt pocket. It's pretty crazy.
And pictures.
Yeah,
it's a camera and a record player.
Yeah. It's pretty wild.
Insane.
But yeah, technology and all that. Just you stop to think about where people, you give a phone to a kid today, like they already know how to do all this stuff.
Damn kids.
And I'm like, but it's like for, growing up without the internet and stuff, the time before the internet, like it's crazy to look at where we are today, and like it's nuts the how far along everything has come.
Did you ever have to use AOL?
Oh yeah, that was I remember. That was where we started. We had the AOL and dial up, and I didn't actually have it at my house. I had to go to my grandmother's, who lived up the street. So I'd go up there, and when I had a homework assignment, and end up talking on Instant Messenger all night to my friends and things. So.
And God forbid somebody picks up the phone while you're on it.
Oh right, yeah.
The first time I saw I guess it wouldn't be DSL, but whatever that was before DSL, where the internet was on all the time, it blew my mind. I'm like, what? And you can use the phone at the same... I don't understand.
All right. So then, so you get on... how do you get to the cruise then? How do we get there?
Well... okay, all those awesome women I was just talking about really wanted me to go on the New Kids on the Block cruise. And this year was the 7th cruise. So, because it's a chartered cruise, it's like 27 times more expensive than a regular cruise. So I was like, I really can't afford it. It's just not...
Right.
It's a chunk of money that I can't afford. So one of my friends, Melissa, who is just a girl I met from Twitter, started a GoFundMe, and I was so not okay with that, because I just feel like that kind of stuff should be reserved for people that need it, and I don't want to cruise. Super wanted to go on it, but didn't need it. And so I kept telling her all weekend, just take it down, and she said, just give it till Monday. So by that time, people were donating and meeting the amount that I needed for the cruise, which was like $1,700. Yeah. That's just the cruise part. So basically, people that I haven't met, people that I have met, people that couldn't go on the cruise but wanted me to go on, funded me going on this amazing vacation.
Right. Yeah, that's gotta feel good. I mean, it's I get where you're coming from. I'm the same way with that too. Another story came to mind with that. It's sad, but my dog passed like a year and a half ago, and right before all that, I spent a bunch of money trying to help figure it out what was wrong with him, and it's all on credit card, and it's all this stuff. I was just trying to get answers, and so I think I was wound up being like a $1,600 vet bill and stuff, and then just to find out like that I had to put him down. It was stomach cancer stuff, and so.
But you want to find out, though.
Yeah, I mean, I just I'm trying to. He was sick, and I'm trying to help him, and then like spend all that money, do all these tests and things, and then it's like, oh, well, it's not going to do any good, and like, so it was really tough, and then we were. So this was also, we were trying to save for our wedding last year and things, and not that that's an excuse where, but it's like, so we didn't really have any of the money, and Stacy ended up putting, my wife now, put up a GoFundMe thing, and some people suggested that, and we raised like the people donated and raised the $1,600 in like
That's awesome.
in like one day, and it was like, felt really good to have that support, from friends and family and things, and
but that's a case where like it's legitimate.
Yeah, but I mean, in the same sense, like it's not. I don't know. I didn't really feel like I hate asking for help at all, and
right.
So I felt
I
don't like having. I don't know, but it felt really good when it's all done. But it's like I don't know that was the right way to do it, but it I don't know. I don't know. It's weird because I hate, like I said, I just hate asking for help, and it's like.
But then you see how many people love and support you, and it's like it's mind blowing.
Oh yeah, no, it was incredible. It was very emotional around and all that. And it's like and it just felt so cool to have everybody, knowing that I have that people have my back and stuff.
But like, you've probably given to all those people in some way or other.
Yeah, and I guess that's I do believe in karma or whatever, what goes around comes around kind of thing, and I try to be, put as much positive out there,
right.
And it's fun when it does come back.
Right.
So
lots of people would write on the donation page like, you make us laugh, so I'm giving this to you because you always give us laughs or something, which is weird to even say that out loud. Like, I don't like saying that kind of stuff about myself. I don't know why, but
right.
it's. And then people saying, like, I can't go on the cruise. I've never been on it, but I want you to go. People that I've never even met say that. What?
Yeah.
I'm not going to start crying. But like you said, it's emotional when people are so supportive. And it's also embarrassing being poor. So that's like the other part. Like
I work at a school too, so I don't make much money, so I'm doing this hoping that, fingers crossed, someday somebody's going to pay me a lot of money to do it.
Get you some maybe Denny's will sponsor you.
Yeah, this episode is sponsored by Denny's.
By Denny's and Suave.
Come out to Denny's, pick up some Suave, and come out to Denny's, get your moons over my hammy.
You realize that's what I have to eat because you said it twice now, and I'm just thinking about all that cheesy...
It's subliminal advertising.
Delicious. Do you think they'll pay for it, though? Like, since they're sponsoring us?
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, I got connections here now, so...
Sponsored by Denny's.
So you ran into one of them... I don't know. We're Facebook friends. We're not... And we have a picture together. So I'm going to say he's my friend, but... Adam Ray was on that cruise also.
He was.
He's become one of my favorite comics to watch. He's been killing it lately. He's been on. He's in The Heat. He's going to be in the new Ghostbusters. Guy's been all over the place, and now he's on the New Kids cruise with.
Which people probably think that is so super lame, but you can't ever know how great it is till you go on it. I didn't know who he was when I first saw him. I just saw the hair, and I was like, "Oh, that guy looks cool."
Looks like Jersey Shore kind of.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. I was like, is he from Jersey Shore? And I don't watch that, so I don't really know. But then when I saw him get up on stage, I'm like, this guy's got something. Yeah. And he was hysterical and wonderful and really embraced the whole craziness of the cruise. Just like one of us blockheads.
Yeah. He, I think, so I guess all that kind of came about for him. Just, I listened to About Last Night podcast that he does with Brad Williams, and they...
Who's also hysterical.
Yeah, they're great. But they kind of like did before and after kind of podcast stuff with that, and I guess they talked a lot about, like, I guess he'd been hanging with Joey a lot, and so that was kind of the end to the New Kids thing. And I think Brad was supposed to go with him on that, and then Brad got some kind of a TV show or something he's working on right now, or something, a movie or whatever it was. But he was ended up shooting for another project and wasn't able to go on the cruise. But
I saw we have a bunch of new kids groups on Facebook, of course, but somebody had put the link to one of his Facebook posts, Adam's post, saying like, I'm getting ready to go on a cruise with all these women, please pray for me. It just sounded really bad, and I thought, this guy has no idea how amazing it was going to be. And then after the cruise, I just wrote like, pretty awesome, huh? Of course, he didn't respond because he never responds to me, but it was just funny how he kind of seemed super hesitant to go on a cruise.
Yeah, I don't know. There was a little bit of that. I don't know if, obviously, it's hard to tell through audio and text and thing, how much of it he's playing it up or whatever it is. But, but yeah, it's... I mean, I think he was looking forward to the cruise, but yeah, I don't think he really knew what he was getting himself into.
Right. Exactly.
I think he was looking forward to the vacation part of it, but he didn't really know what it was going to be like on the boat. But
so he knows Joey from the Heat, right? What does he know Joey from?
I don't know exactly where they got started, where that relationship started, but he's been on the podcast like 3 times now, and like so they've become friendly somewhere or another, and then comes on the show and tells some stories and
that Boston accent is so funny.
Yeah. That show he did was pretty good for McCarthy's or whatever. Yeah, that's pretty fun.
I'm not really big into TV, so I just see passing. I watched Lost from beginning to end. That was pretty much the only thing I've ever watched from beginning to end.
Yeah, I don't watch a ton of television myself either. Like I'm usually more live entertainment, going to music and comedy shows and stuff, but.
And I'm more looking at my phone. That's my entertainment.
You ever get to listen to Stern Show?
Yes, I love Howard.
Yeah.
When he first went to Sirius, I had the whole thing in my car where it was like the stereo with the antenna you had to put in the back of the car and all that. And then I kept it for a couple years, and then I just didn't want to pay for it anymore.
Yeah, I mean, the price keeps going up. Like it's like, I don't know, $18 a month or something now. I mean, it's not.
It's totally worth it though.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, like for 50 cents a day to not listen to commercials, like I'll pay that. That's a good deal.
And to listen to Howard's laugh. When he starts laughing like that, oh my god.
Yeah. He's one of my favorites. Like I love the show. I love, I've been listening by 12, 13 years now, and but he recently, like just a month or something ago or whatever it was, he had Donnie on the show with Jenny McCarthy.
And isn't High Pitch like obsessed with him?
High Pitch is like a huge Blue Bloods fan, and like
Blue Bloods.
Yeah, and he's like, but I think he like fantasizes about Donnie, like he has like
and Donnie was my sister played it for me because she still has it,
right.
But Donnie was totally like okay with it, like,
yeah,
whatever.
they were definitely like, they did like a skit together where Donnie was like his Blue Bloods character, and like High Pitch was supposed to be like Jenny McCarthy or something like that, and they were talking about like, he was gonna blow him or something like that. I don't know. And that's like, they kept saying like High Pitch, are you gay? And he's like, no, I'm not gay. I'm like, I'm like,
who's High Pitch?
Yeah. I'm Kelly Clarkson.
Who's Kelly Clarkson? Do you remember, and this is totally random, it was some kind of sound bite of, I think it was Eric on the toilet holding his dog or something, and the dog was like, "Brr."
Oh, yeah. Man, what's Sadie? And that's his dog name?
I don't know why he would, first of all, be holding a dog while he's pooping.
Yeah, yeah.
But secondly, why was anyone recording it? But that
might have been for the Craptacular. they did a bit where High Pitch and Joey, I think it was Joey Boots, pretty sure, where they had like, they sent him to go to the buffet and just eat as much as they could, and then they went back to like High Pitch's apartment or something, and then they were gonna like have him like poop in a bucket and then like weigh it and see who could poop the most or something like that. Yeah,
it's so gross, but I love it.
Yeah, it's That's quality entertainment right there.
It really is. I like when they have the Sibian. Do they still do that?
Not as much. Like, I haven't heard that in a long time. There's a lot of things that kind of like, a lot of that kind of stuff they played up for the show, like, because they used to have Howard TV, and it was like more the visual. Like,
right.
They wanted. There was a lot of things they wanted to do for the cameras, but they don't have the cameras anymore. It's just audio, so it's like, so a lot of that they kind of gone away. It's like, it's not as. I mean, it's still fun to listen to on the radio, but at the same sense, there's things that like it's also really good for TV.
Right.
So, but yeah, it's, and I don't know. I think like. I mean, they still do crazy stuff all the time, but I think Howard's kind of dialed things down a little bit with some of it. You know, like he's been like crushing it on some interviews with like just I don't know. I love the show. He's a lot of inspiration for, you know, me doing this. Like I'm not trying to be Howard, but it's like I just admire the guy a lot, and I think trying to do somewhat of a, you know, be able to do some kind of interviews like him.
And do you find when you talk to people about Howard, lots of people, I feel like, misjudge him?
Oh, I mean,
and they're still holding on to that, like, oh, he's sexist and stuff. It's like, he's really not.
Yeah.
Like, you should listen to him. He's funny.
Yeah. I think a lot of people, you know, they have like their perception of him, but a lot of people aren't listeners. That's the problem. Like,
right? They've never. It's like, have you ever listened? Well, no, but
I do find it quite hilarious that, like, you know, since he's been on like America's Got Talent for 4 years, like that he has like a fan base of like kids and moms and stuff that he never had before. You know, they don't know his radio career, but they love him on America's Got Talent and stuff. And you know, it's pretty crazy that, you know, just like the extremes of that, like the crazy radio show that he put on, and then being, you know, America's sweetheart kind of thing on America's Got Talent and things. But yeah, I love it all.
You miss Artie?
Oh yeah,
Me
yeah.
too.
It was something.
I miss him.
I played a clip. I was, you know, YouTube or something. It was a clip, and it was Artie just laughing, and I was like, man, I miss that laugh. Like, just you ever? I guess probably haven't heard it recently, but they also had they have this guy, Sour Shoes, calls in, and he does
sing
like
songs and stuff.
But he does like a spot on Artie.
Oh, does he?
Like he gets the laugh and the and like, especially how like Artie would always like start laughing, like telling stuff, like, so it was like, you know, trying to talk and laugh at the same time.
Right.
Like he gets that down pretty good. And
there's a caller from St. Louis, isn't there? That's a comedian that always calls into Howard.
Mike McRae calls in. His
name is something different, like Donahue. He's a comedian, and oh my God, what's that guy's name? Oh, I don't know. I'll have to look it up. Chad Donahue, I think.
Okay.
But he's like a regular caller on there.
I know
Chad from St. Louis.
Yeah, I know Mike McRae calls in as like one of the guys that ran for president last time, Romney. Yeah, that's it. He calls in as Romney like every now and then. Actually, that's what I was listening to as I pulled up in the parking lot. So, but yeah, he only calls in as in character. He doesn't ever. They don't ever really say it, but.
My all-time favorite thing ever that happened on Howard was Sal and Richard prank call, and they called somebody and said that there was a werewolf or something in the barn. And there's like werewolf sounds in the background, but he said like he's wearing Uncle Timmy's Leonard Skinner t-shirt. It's a werewolf, and the guy's like, call 911.
Yeah.
It's like, there aren't werewolves, sir.
Sure. Yeah, there was one. I just on the way in. Also, I was listening, and they played a Sal and Richard call from their Jack and Rod show. They do their fake radio show, and they had a guy on that was supposed to be, you know, promoting his book on their show, and they get a call, or they get a letter or something like, you know, hey, it was our producer, you know, or something like that. And he's like, hands, like, you know, makes it sound like they're handing him a piece of paper, and he's like, oh, we just got word we're fired or something, you know, and like this, and then like Sal just starts like crying and stuff, and he's like, and and then they play like a drop of like somebody calling, like his wife calling, or like, he was like, let's go and take some phone calls, and he's like, and his, it's like,
Jack and
yeah,
Rod.
you're like, you're a loser, don't bother coming home, or something like that. He's like, honey, I just found out, and so he's crying, and they're still trying to talk. He's like, the guy's supposed to have some kind of advice book or whatever, some kind of deal like that. They're like, could you give us any advice on this? And he's like, yeah, I think it's, and then Sal, like, he's like, oh, that's it. And he gets like a gun. You hear gun cut, and he like shoots himself. And so the gun sound goes off, and the guy's like, the book author, the author is all like, oh my god, and then it was also like one of the least like concerned reactions for a guy that just killed himself on the radio, like, and he was like, oh my god, and then like he said to Rod, Richard Christie's like, he's like, you can go ahead and plug your book if you want or something. It's like,
Richard's the best.
This guy just killed himself, but you can go ahead and plug your book. And it was that what cracked me out. That was those guys are.
I love when Richard does like a grandma voice.
Oh yeah, sure.
The best.
I'm a huge fan of his dad.
He's good
his
too.
His dad calls in.
Your possum died.
Yeah. Hey Richard, it's your dad. Like, it's like,
that's spot on.
Howard cracked me up the other day because like it was right after the call that they played a clip of Richard's dad calling and the voicemail, and he's like, then Howard does his impression, and he's like, yeah, we're gonna have some fried raccoon asshole tonight or something. So he's always eating like the craziest roadkill things, and they went to I remember watching a Howard TV back when it was on, and it was like a kind of like a on location. They went to Kansas where Richard's home and all this stuff, and they were hanging out with his family, and they went with his dad. Like Richard likes eating at this place called Taco Tico, which is like apparently it's like it's like worse than Taco Bell. It's like there's and he was they went there, and his dad, I remember because I still use the quote a lot, but his dad, he goes, I'll just have one of them quesadillas or something, or whatever you call it. And so.
Oh my god, a quesadilla sounds really good right now too.
Quesadilla.
Can I get a quesadilla on my moons over my hammy? Pronto. His dad reminds me a lot of the Beavis and Butthead creator.
Oh yeah.
Mr. Anderson.
Yeah, that's what I think of Hank Hill, like it's the same stuff. Yeah, but I think oh damn it, Bob, those are the boys have been whacking off of my tool shed.
I like a large fried pie, large coffee, pronto. And then Beavis was in there cooking mice in the fryer. Totally got distracted because I love Beavis and Butthead.
Oh yeah, they one of my favorite Beavis and Butthead moments is in Beavis and Butthead Do America, when they meet like their dads in the desert. You remember that? And he goes, you want to see something really cool? And he farts on the fire, and I'm like, blows up. I'm like,
no.
But yeah,
my favorite Beavis and Butthead moment is when Beavis took an eye exam and he couldn't read. So he got all the letters wrong when he was doing that. So he had like these huge glasses, but he was going,
yeah.
You can't really see that,
right.
But he's looking around with these giant glasses. That's my all-time favorite Beavis moment.
Yeah, they're, I don't know. I remember, like, so I grew up, in that time when people were, like, ripping on Beavis and Butthead and Marilyn Manson and Eminem, that, this is, these are the reasons kids are acting out these days or something, all this stuff like that. And it's like, I don't know. I think I turned out all right watching Beavis and Butthead and listening to Eminem albums and all this. I
love both Eminem and Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah.
I don't know that I turned out all right, though. I got some issues.
Yeah. That, what's his, Mike Mike Judge,
Mike
right?
Judge,
yeah. He was on a podcast, Nerdist podcast, I believe, a while back, and it was really interesting to hear. And he's been on Stern, and he does there we go, full circle here. He was on Stern, and they always rip on Richard because apparently when on King of the Hill, when Cotton died.
I never watched it.
Yeah, well, Cotton was the old man, I guess Hank's dad or something like that. I don't watch the show much either, but apparently when he died on the show, like Richard like bawled like a baby and stuff, and gets emotional talking about it, like it means that much to him and things, and like so when he had he was talking to Mike Judge about it all and stuff on the show and things, but like I don't know, it was interesting listening to Mike Judge like do those voices on the show and stuff, listening to him do Beavis and Butthead and things, and I don't know, it's pretty crazy how much he's created in my life, just from his mind, the Office Space and stuff. I mean, just how much he's been a part of.
He's brilliant.
Yeah, that Office Space movie is incredible, and it gets funnier as I get older. Like it just, I relate so much more to
agree.
it.
I'm gonna have to watch that soon.
Yeah.
I just can't sit down and like watch movies and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't have ADD or anything. I just.
Right. Anyway, we
that was a big tangent.
we got a little off there, a little tangent, but
Beaver and Butthole.
So, so Adam, you were talking about, he like did this song at the end of the cruise or something like that, right? Like,
well, it was Joe McIntyre does a thing where he does duets with fans, like he'll pick them before the cruise, and then he came up at the end and he had written lyrics to the Say Something to that song, and it was perfect, especially to have a man come in with all these crazy lunatic fangirl women and totally get it and see it,
right,
and see that it's so much more than just like a cruise.
Yeah,
was hilarious. I'm definitely a fan of Adam now.
Yeah, oh, he's great. I'm hoping he hasn't been back in a while, but I'm hoping he goes back to the Funny Bone or even we got Helium.
Helium, yep.
Yeah, so, which they got. I'm hoping those are all for real. But some of the stuff they posted on their Facebook. I don't know if you got to see that, but
I saw a little bit.
Yeah, they got like one of my favorites, Nick Vatterott. It's going to be there. He's a local guy who's taken off, and Dave Attell like in January and stuff.
I did see that because I was like, wow.
Yeah. Joey Diaz and I can't remember now. But anyway, pretty stacked lineup they already, and they haven't even. I guess they're opening.
St. Louis needs another comedy club, because I mean, Funny Bone is great, but that's only one venue.
Yeah, well, two now. They got the Valley Park going, and
that one is like not even a Funny Bone though.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's a different, and I've done the mic there before, and it was good, but it was just different atmosphere.
Sure, yeah,
you have different material at that one.
Yeah,
totally different material.
Yeah, for me, like it's definitely a lot different because I been going to Westport so long. Like that's what a comedy club feels like to me. Like so. For me to go to Valley Park and it's like a totally different vibe to it. It's like it's really a lot different. But I also do like I don't know how Helium's going to be. If it's going to be I don't know how big that's going to be. But I do like something like I went to Kansas City and they have the Improv out there, and it was awesome to be like in a theater like that, kind of more of a bigger show. Got to see Pablo Francisco out there and Robert Schimmel before he passed, and like it was really something special for me because I'm a huge fan, and I'm glad I got to see it before he passed.
So it's not like an more intimate setting. That
Improv's a little bit bigger. Yeah, it's more of like a theater setting, and they actually serve dinner.
I like
and stuff.
the club, the real small, like smoky, dirty.
Yeah. If I mean. improv was about maybe like the size like the pageant, like the,
really?
the lower level, not the balcony and stuff, but just like the probably about the floor level, something about that size. And they had tables and they served food. You could order dinner and a show kind of thing.
Speaking of,
yeah, hey,
moon's over my hammy.
yeah,
See,
with my quesadilla.
I want a quesadilla on top of a moose over my hammy.
Yeah.
I just recently started doing improv.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was gonna actually. So you went to the STL Up Late show? Did you go? Did you make it to that?
Yes, I did. Their first taping.
Yeah.
And it was pretty cool to see. It was completely different than their live shows.
Yeah.
In that the sketches and stuff won't be featured as much on the TV show.
Okay.
Which kind of makes me sad because there's a lot of amazing people on that show. Rafe Williams, for one. Big fan. You know Rafe?
We're Facebook friends. I haven't actually met him in person yet, but
He's probably the funniest guy that I know in real life.
Yeah.
Like, not somebody from the internet.
right. I've been watching like the videos that they put up for STL Up Late and things.
They're top-notch shit and hysterical.
Bobby Jaycock's been on the show twice. He's become one of my
Bobby's
favorites to watch. He's
amazing.
Yeah. I know he contributes a lot over there.
There's a lot of people that are working on that show that are so funny and so creative.
I just started laughing thinking of Bobby's dad kiss video. So that's a good one.
Did he do that one with Rafe? Or Steve Raines?
Steve was in it as at the end, like we're at the bar, and yeah, I think Rafe might have been his dad in that. I forgot.
Rafe always plays
Yeah.
the dad, which is so
Yeah.
hysterical to me. Rafe and I did a music video this summer together with a guy named Ricky Montgomery, who's also from Vine. I met him through Vine. He went to New York and worked with Adult Swim for a while, and then came back here, and we were part of that video where we were coaches. I was a coach that was smoking cigarettes. Now Ricky's back in LA doing awesome stuff.
Yeah. What? Who's that other girl you?
Chelsea Lynn.
Chelsea. Yeah,
Damn, she blew up too.
Yeah, she's great too. Yeah.
Trailer Trash Tammy.
Yeah. Yeah. What's her Reba shirt and stuff? And
And the best part, when we met in Vegas last year, like, she wore that outfit the whole time, and I pretty much wore my ridiculous stuff the whole time. Me and her are soul sisters.
yeah. I thought that was great because, like, I remember watching some of her stuff on Vine as well, and then that one video, like, where something like about a. She like goes up to the car or something. It was like a pack of smokes or whatever.
Yeah, you got a cigarette?
Yeah, cigarette.
We don't smoke.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
But the best part about those kind of videos is that people don't know if they're real or not,
Sure.
and they just fucking explode.
Yeah, I think that's the thing is that was so convincing. People thought that was like a real news interview or something like that.
And then they go crazy. It's like, this is what's wrong with America.
Yeah.
No, you're what's wrong because you don't know what's happening. Like,
Right.
why would somebody be sitting in their car filming, first of all, like that? She's been in 2 movies now.
Oh, yeah?
Because of Vine.
Huh.
So it's crazy how much Vine is... I know it's gotten me a lot of different opportunities, and it's gotten her into, like, real movies.
Yeah.
With Nick Cage and William Dafoe.
Oh, wow. That's pretty crazy.
Because of Vine.
Yeah. It's, I don't know. The whole thing, even, like, YouTube and stuff, how many people, like... you look, even Bieber's career started on YouTube
Right.
and stuff like that. It's just nuts that how many people can make it because of the internet.
Right.
And it's like...
YouTube always felt so different, though, because it wasn't as social. Like, I would just put stuff up, and then, you know, people would see it. But with Vine, you're so social because you're commenting and talking, and then you see each other's videos.
Yeah.
So Vine is a completely different thing for me.
Yeah, a little more community
Intimate.
kind of
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
That's what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
Social community.
Yeah.
Whereas YouTube, it's like...
And comments on YouTube are just all hate. Like, it's
That's when I came to Vine and people were saying nice stuff. I was like,
Yeah.
what is, like, nobody has said anything about me being fat yet. What is going on? Doesn't anybody want to say I'm fat and that I should die?
right.
Because that's what you get on YouTube.
Yeah, it's just nothing but people spewing hate on behind their keyboard. That's crazy though. Like, I was thinking, like, there was something a while ago where on like Facebook, like, just the people, everybody bit on it hard, and it's like, and it just kind of reminded me, like you were saying about Chelsea, like the whole, like, I feel like people are out there trolling people now. It's like, or whatever, they make all these like fake things that are like super believable, and everybody bites on them. Like, like you said, this was wrong with America, and like
that's what I consider myself a troll.
Yeah.
And that I make it. I mean, most people can look at it and say that's ridiculous. That's not real.
Yeah.
But I like to make it blurry, the line blurry.
Sure.
Like, is that real? Because there's some things that I talk about that people really say.
Yeah.
And that stuff is ridiculous.
What was you did something I remember watching, like, you were doing like an Black Friday or whatever, you were like out like doing some kind of news report, like in front of the Target or something, or
was it the the Target hates fat people, or the Black Friday Thanksgiving?
Yeah, I don't know, it was something like that, but it was like, you were like supposed to be on scene reporter for some news, and
those are my favorite.
Yeah,
that's I put those news reporting videos on CNN iReport,
yeah,
which is all user submitted.
Right.
So pretty much anybody can do it. But for some reason, CNN, I guess because I was getting a lot of hits, CNN producers, not CNN iReport producers then contacted me, like, asking me questions about it. They finally figured out it was satire.
Yeah.
So they started to make footnotes. But, like, my videos on CNN iReport are verified by CNN iReport. They have a little stamp on them.
Yeah.
Which is called vetted, which is weird. But it's like, I'm presenting real information, but in a satirical way,
Sure.
I guess.
Right.
And
wearing a neck brace.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I wanted to ask you some of these questions. Some of our fans, some of your fans wrote in. Yeah. So yeah, I put up on the Facebook and
the Facebook program.
Yep. It's one of my favorite things, because either there's nothing, there will be no questions, or there will be like a lot, and then they usually end up just with a bunch of smart ass comments, and it's always a lot of fun to read especially with
So what did I get?
So all right, here's
what kind of, am I nothing, or
you got well, you could tell that like some of them are leading towards something, and so speaking of Chelsea, she wrote, has becoming a worldwide sensation changed her as a person?
See, she's being smart alecky, because we always talk about how people who are internet famous take themselves too seriously, and so we always talk about like people saying like, "Oh, my fans!" Like, these are your friends on the internet. They're not fans,
right?
Like, I could never. I mean, I have a pretty big following on Vine, but I don't say like I have a bunch of fans. That makes me uncomfortable.
All right.
So the answer is no.
Yeah, no. That's like I made a big deal out of it just because it's fun, but I hit 1,000 likes on my Facebook Rock Paper Podcast page a while ago, and I'm like, really, I know that is nothing, it's like, but
it's
because like I post things on there, nobody cares, nobody, I get very little activity on there for 1,000 people on it, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I realize it's a very, it's not a big deal, but I blew it up to be a big deal because it means a lot to me.
Right, exactly. But you're not sitting there like, I have all these fans and I'm pretty fucking amazing. I mean, those kind of people, and then they'll put their P.O. box address on there, like, send me gifts. Yeah. What? Who are you?
Who are you? Next one that asked, speaking of the Black Friday, where will you be camping out this year for Black Friday sales?
I think I replied to that and told her I'm not telling her my secret.
Yeah, you got secrets.
Because last year it was at the dollar store, and it turns out there weren't any Black Friday sales at the dollar store.
You telling me everything's $1?
All the time, even on Black Friday.
My wife once, there was like a new phone. It's the Galaxy S6 or whatever. Target's gonna have them for a penny.
Oh my God! Are you serious? You can wait in that mess?
So this is like Thanksgiving night. She wants to go, and I'm like, it's a really good deal, to get a phone for a penny with your upgrade or whatever. But
she is a brave soul.
Yeah. So speaking of all that, she did one a couple years ago, maybe. She went out for Black Friday, and there was like a shopping cart there, left it unattended, and there was like something, I forget now what it was, that was in that cart that she wanted, that was like on and
oh shit.
And she's like looking around like nobody's there, or like this cart left unattended and things. So she's like, I think she just grabbed it and took off. And
it's a Christmas miracle.
Yeah. So she got it, and then like later that same night, which I'm hoping they're unrelated, but apparently like there was like a, which happens every year, there's like a fist fight and somebody's fighting about something, and
she caused a huge ruckus.
So, but this guy gets arrested and going to jail on Black Friday or whatever, or Thanksgiving or whatever. It's like, nothing like the holidays, like going to jail for fighting over a big screen TV or whatever.
Material goods.
Yeah.
Where the hell's Lexi?
Yeah, where's Lexi at?
Lexi.
Let's see. Some of the. Trying to figure out a good one. All right, Marcy asked, "Who is your idol in the comedy world?"
Oh man, that's a good question.
Yeah.
My idol, my all-time favorite comedian is Brian Regan.
Oh man, Brian's great. I was,
and he doesn't ever have to say a bad word.
Oh
ever.
no, yeah. I think there was a quote like he said, somebody was asking him like why he doesn't curse, and he said that for every curse word there's like 250 other words in the English language, so why would you limit yourself to?
He doesn't have to.
7 words that you can't say. And
his material is so great he doesn't have to.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I was quoting him the other night that about being a stupid kid and things where he's like.
Yellow one is the sun.
Yeah, he's like, I got 5 on the sun stare, and he's like, is this a good activity?
Because his mom would tell him to go outside and find an activity.
Yeah.
It's so relatable and so funny, though. I think it's just he takes a normal situation and turns it into epicness.
Yeah, the whole Little League baseball, like, great, I'm gonna get great. So.
Hi. We were just asking about you. Awesome. This fella over here has said "moons over my hammy" like 75 times.
We're trying to get some Denny sponsorship, so we're we're trying to. If I keep saying "moons over my hammy" enough, maybe it'll happen.
I don't know though, because now that I'm looking, it doesn't look as delicious.
Really? Oh, I love it.
Are all the fries you have those weird 3-part?
And then we have the seasoned fries.
Are those skinny?
Yes.
Okay. What I really want is a cheeseburger.
Okay. Single or double?
Single.
Okay. What kind of cheese?
Cheddar.
Alrighty. Do you want anything specific on it? Madam?
What does it have? All the...
We can do like a side garden so you can get all the toppings on the side and fix it yourself.
Yes, how about that? And a side of mayo. And then the delicious seasoned fries.
Did you need mustard?
No. Ain't nobody got time for no mustard. Unless you eating a hot dog, baby, and I ain't got no hot dog. Are you paused?
No, you can always edit our order out. Unless we want to get this sponsored by Denny's. I'll take the original Grand Slam with all sausage. Scrambled eggs, please. And Coke to drink. Yep.
I literally went viral last night on Facebook, and then my page got shut down.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that, too.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we didn't put on the show, but is that it? Anything else?
That's it. Are you getting a quesadilla?
Yeah.
What did you have?
A Coke.
Would you like a French Coke?
I'm good. I just don't like when your ice melts so quickly. I don't know why.
I don't know why either, but I have had a lot of complaints about that.
It's
I've only been here for like
it's Denny's.
yeah,
It's weird.
it's very strange.
But you have Coke products, so I'm not going to complain.
Would you like an extra cup of ice?
You are so lovely.
I'll get these out of the way.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Would you like an extra
Oh,
water?
you want this, too? No, I'll be alright with the
You want some pumpkin pie?
all
Thank
right.
you.
I mean ice.
All right. Well, got some food coming now. But yeah, anyway, I guess we've done about an hour. We'll look to wrap this bad boy up.
Okay.
It's been a lot of fun.
It's been awesome.
I appreciate you taking some time out to hang out with me, and it's been great getting to know you a little better. And
I feel honored that you asked me.
yeah, well, it's exciting. Got a lot going on. I mean, you might not think so, but I do. It's you're probably a little more modest about it, but I think it's exciting to see all the stuff happening. I mean, how many people get to hang out with Donnie Wahlberg and in his bed as Aunt Claudette? So
True.
sure, yeah.
I'm probably the only one that's ever been in his bed with a neck brace.
Yeah, I mean that's something. So, but yeah, but thank you so much. And so what you got? Twitter, the neck brace.
The neck brace.
What you
Vine, the White Trash Network. Periscope. Facebook. Watch me on Rock This Boat on the Pop Network if you have it. And that's about it.
Yeah.
Oh, Instagram, of course, Libbie Higgins
Yeah.
_
So see some of her crazy adventures and Carla and Aunt Claudette. Keep up with all your favorites. All right. Well, thank you, Libbie. This has
Thank you.
been great, and I will see you soon.
Rock Paper Podcast. Rock Paper Podcast. Rock Paper Podcast, y'all.